Hello, have you ever seen an American Buff Goose? You're about to. Meet Harvey. Harvey is a handsome American Buff, which is a heritage breed in the U.S. They're still considered a pretty rare breed, one of our oldest breeds of geese, and they're known for their sweet, loving temperaments. These are actually great pet geese, and Harvey is a good example of that. Very sweet, very engaging, but he also is a bit of a guard goose at home. And that's pretty typical with geese. If you're considering getting a goose, make sure you can house them appropriately. They should be housed on pasture. Not easy to do in Arizona. Harvey's situation is pasture-based with ponds, and that's very important. Geese have to actually be able to dunk and submerge their nostrils to clear their nostrils, and all waterfowl should have access to a pond that's kept clean and maintained. And the other thing to consider is geese are loud, regardless of the breed. They will honk at anything they consider a threat or just for sheer joy. And so if you have a goose, you need to be aware of what your homeowner's environment has as far as rules, or what your neighbors may consider a problem or a pest, because a lot of people will get into issues with loud geese. But having said that, if you have the right environment and a pasture situation, then getting geese is a great idea. I do make sure that they're cooped at night. They should always be housed at night away from predators. In this area we do have coyotes, and while the coyotes may be somewhat threatened by them, we never know if they're hungry enough, if it may be a problem. So we make sure that they're in at night. And in Arizona we have problems with feet in geese, pododermatitis. They're big-bodied animals with relatively small feet, and we'll get a lot of foot sores in geese. And so in Arizona, we often have rocks and hard dirt or packed dirt, not an appropriate environment. A nice soft pasture and ponds will protect their feet. These owners have actually cut their grass much longer to have more cushioning for their geese, and all of them have beautiful, healthy little footies, including Harvey. And then it's appropriate to have them on a waterfowl diet, not a chicken diet. So very frequently we'll see nutritional problems, particularly in young growing animals, because they're kept on chick food, and that's not going to be appropriately balanced for your geese or your waterfowl. So be very cautious and make sure they have the right diet. But if you're considering a goose, consider the American Buff. Wonderful breed, beautiful animal, very sweet and loving, well worth a second look.